G'day, hi and welcome. I'm up here on the random. Whew, it is hot. So I'm probably going to call it a day for do the rest of the work in the evening. But what I'm doing is I'm removing my railing, and it's just too hot to bother with it right now. I started it a little bit too late. So I got tape over these. You're probably wondering what's going on. Well, there's a screw inside each one of these, okay? Or a bolt inside each one. I'll remove this one so you can see. You can sort of see it in there. Don't know if you can. But anyway, there's a slotted bolt in there, and underneath that bolt on the other side is a nut. Okay, now all you got to do is take your screwdriver in there. After you pop out you have no way around it. You have to pop out the plugs. You'll have to repair that, but keep chunks of it because you might use that stuff. The reason why I got tape over it is because I got the plugs out. I don't want the water to seep in. I'm going to have this off pretty soon. It's just the day I did it, I couldn't get around to finishing it. It just got too hot out, and I'm in no rush anyway. So that's easy enough. So you just stick your screwdriver in there and you start turning. Problem is the nut on the other side has to be held. The other problem is your arms aren't going to be long enough to get to the front railing here. So how do you hold the nut, right? And the wood swells up. You can't quite get a socket, even the proper size socket. You can't get it in there. So what do? There's got to be a way around this, right? Well, fortunately, I'm not just a pretty face. Anyway, what I've done, okay, where's the other one that I did? There's a little, I don't know if you'll be able to see it. Just got to be very careful. Is what I did here, I'll show you, is, I can't have the sun beating straight on me. I didn't think it was going to be quite this hot today. It wasn't supposed to be, but anyway, what you do is you take a little screw. Okay, it could be this is a stainless screw. It doesn't have to be stainless, but you can use whatever you want. But a small enough one that what you're doing, okay, it's of course I'll try it with this one here. Because this one's still in there. So you can see I don't know if you can see the nut in there. It's probably too dark, but there's a nut in there, and what you're doing is you're putting this up into where the nut is, okay? You're jamming it, and then you're just gonna, hang on, hard to do this one-handed. You're just gonna give it a couple of turns so that it jams between the nut and the wood, okay, like so, and just one. You're not screwing it in far, just enough to hold it. Then what you can do, okay, now that you've jammed the nut, and I've already tried this so it works pretty good, is you can take maybe a piece of tape. I can't seem to find my tape right now, my black tape. You can use anything just to tape it so that it doesn't fall out. Now, should the nut stay stuck in there, you could try using something to pry it out. On this one, the nut stayed in. Because the wood's swollen up, right? It's been leaking, so the wood's swollen up. If it stays in, don't worry about it, because that's all coming off anyway, right? And you can pop it out gently from the other side once you get the thing off and down where you can work on it. So now all you got to do is, after you pop the plug off on the other side, is just unscrew it. And they're long bolts. They're very long. So be patient. And that's all you got to do. That's how you do it by yourself, because otherwise, if you got somebody, but even if you have somebody on the other side, if you can't get the socket in there, you're still stuck with how do you jam up that nut, and that's how you do it. So I got this one to remove, and then this one, and then I could take that railing off, which I'm going to wait till the evening and just get done. It's probably about a 20-minute job, half an hour at the most. But that's how you do it by yourself. So just you're jamming it between the nut and the very gently. You just jamming that screw so that the nut can't turn. So when you're turning the bolt, okay, the bolt just basically, the nut's just anchored there. So when you turn it in the bolt just comes out. Doesn't take you long. Because I've seen a lot of people like this is usually a two-man job, but for something so simple, so a lot of times it's you're short-handed and you can't find anybody. You just use a small screw. Don't use a big screw because you need it to be able to get in between the nut, and you don't want to you don't want to damage the wood any more than, you don't want to make another hole there. But just a couple of turns, just enough to stabilize it. Then, like I say, put a piece of tape on it just to catch it in case it does fall out. And that's it. That's it. So that's how you remove sailboat railings, deck railings by yourself. There we go. Have a great day, eh?